Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Studs. I am your host Daniel, and I'm joined today by Garrett.
Hey guys.
And Alex.
Hey everyone.
Alex is our parts manager, so he's going to be great at weighing in back on this series, which is backed by popular demand. We are talking about rare Lego parts and pieces today.
So awesome.
We've done a number of episodes recently about parts that are thrown away specifically, but we are back to the original, the tried and true rare pieces, where we are not just limited to what I pulled out of the trash in the sorting room, but anything that we find in the store that we think is interesting, rare. It could be rare in the color that it comes in. It could be rare because of the mold. There's any number of differences. Any number of different reasons that we could consider a part to be rare. It could be particularly expensive. So we'll have all kinds of interesting things for you. Also, we love to hear your comments on these videos. We always get probably some of the most fan interaction on our channel on these videos here, because so many people like to watch these to learn about parts they've never seen before, things they want to use in mocks, things like that. So by all means, let us know if you want to use any of these parts in mocks, if you want to buy any of these parts. We should be able to get all of these online before the end of this video. So if you are looking for these...
Some are already online, so we've already got some.
If you are looking for any of these, you should be able to buy them on our website. But we usually do this in a round-robin style. We've each picked, 5, 6-ish parts?
I've got a couple extra, but I might
couple
throw
extra,
some in.
couple
We'll
extra.
see.
True. So, Garrett, why don't you start us off? What is your first rare part you have brought to the table today?
Ooh, all right. Well, I'm going to go and get this one out of the way. I picked it up last minute.
Okay.
But this is one of my favorite Bionicle pieces. This is called, here, let me pull up the actual name and part number for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at
Visually,
that.
it's very striking.
It is very different, and I would say, like, most people wouldn't first identify that as a Lego piece. You
It's
already
a little fake, yeah.
already don't think of Bionicle, like a lot of those parts. So this is Bionicle Wing Large with hologram pattern effect, parentheses Gorast.
So it is a wing and not a giant laser sword.
No, that would be really cool.
It
though.
could be, yeah.
looks
Now
like
I've
a
got to
sword.
use it for
It
that.
looks like a sword to me. That's what I thought it was.
But it's got this really cool, like bug eye effect almost.
Yeah, like a fly's eye.
Exactly.
Or something.
All these different hexagons and stuff in it. It is included in only 2 sets. It comes in the Gorast set, a Bionicle set from 2008. It also comes in a Hero Factory set from 2012.
Okay.
Do not know the name of that set. You'll have to forgive me.
All in the same color?
Yeah, it's only in
trans
trans-clear.
Only
There is
trans-clear.
variations of it just because of trans-clear.
Yeah, it's a very frosty kind of trans.
So there are some of these that are maybe a little milkier. There's some that
Yeah.
might be a little more transparent.
That's cool.
Because it's that
variation.
softer plastic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another really cool thing about it is, I mean, the
Very
range of motion on them is, and they don't deform really. So.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Really cool part.
We were actually talking about this a little bit before we started with this this pattern. It's like a series of these little micro dots that kind of makes this weird hexagon effect that kind of tilts when you tilt the piece, the way the light refracts through it. The only other instance that I could find that this appeared in was the wings from the Galaxy Squad mosquito guy, the winged mosquitoid.
Bugaloids.
Yeah, he had like a trans bright green set of wings on his back. I think it also appeared in a CMF, maybe in trans black, but with that same
really
kind of
interesting.
lenticular effect, which is very neat.
Yeah, a super weird part. It's part number 61798. Not crazy expensive. If you want a used one, they run about $1 to $2.
Nice.
A brand new one, maybe it hasn't been bent the way I've been bending this one, will run you about $7 to $8.
Okay, yeah, a little pricey if you wanted to get a few of them for a project, but not too bad.
I would love to see what somebody could come up with to use these in not a way that's a wing.
Yeah.
Because of course I would love to get 4 pairs of these and layer them as a wing effect.
That would look something cool.
Like an angel wing or something.
Yeah. But really cool part. That's my first one.
That's awesome. You're gonna have to
Nice
start.
choice.
You're gonna have to start collecting those. I want to see you do a mock with 8 of those.
It'd be fun.
It would be fun. It would be fun. All right, let's see. What do I want to talk about first today? Let's start off with a simple one. Sometimes on rare parts videos, it is the simplest of parts in a seemingly innocuous color, and you find out that it only appears in one set. So first off today, I have the part number 2419. This is the 3x6 wedge plate piece, and this is in dark pink. Maybe not the most desirable of colors, but nonetheless, this only appeared in one set in 1998, and it was the Belleville family yacht.
That's what would a rare parts video be without a Belleville?
Of
Fabuland
course,
piece
of
within?
course, Belleville, Fabuland, Scala.
Also, Belleville are like that.
Yeah, we got
always
more of those yet to come. Garrett's gonna cover Bionicle mostly for
Don't
us.
worry.
But yeah, not really even a Belleville specific piece, just a very basic wedge plate. and they made it in one color for one set, and they never made it in that again. I mean, this is like unheard of by today's Lego standards. They're always trying to repurpose things, or they'll sell them also on bricks and pieces. Yeah, absolutely.
Just making things left and right back then.
I know, it's crazy.
And the thing is, like, you know, we've listened to how they talk about how like the storage is done, how Lego storage is all physical.
Yes. Yeah.
So how many of these were sitting around that they never used?
Right. And nowadays they have things like, you know, online pick-a-brick where they can get rid of, you know, a surplus of things, or I guess maybe back then they would just send it to pick-a-brick in stores. I don't know. But yes, Garrett and I both attended this fascinating talk at Brick Fair, Virginia last year, where they talked about how Lego making new molds in new colors is not only a financial cost issue, but a storage issue, because each one of those unique parts and those unique colors takes up a different bin in a warehouse that you have to store somewhere. So the physical space costs you money too. It's a very interesting way of thinking about it. So only about $1 to $2. Again, not a very desirable color or desirable piece, maybe, unless you're parting that set out. I can't think of anybody who would need a ton of these, but there you go. It's a rare part. It is a rare part. Not a particularly expensive one, but rare nonetheless. All right, Alex, what do you got for your first pick for us today?
Yeah, that's really cool, though, just to see it in different colors and just the different prices, because it's only in one thing.
Absolutely.
So I have a bar 4-length that has a print on it. That's a flute. This is number 30374 PX1. And if you're a Lego Harry Potter fan, you'll probably recognize this. This is from the Forbidden Corridor. That's set number 4706. The one with the original fluffy mold. This was the flute from that set. Only came in that set, so just like the last part, unique to one thing. But the color I thought was really fascinating on this one. Dark nougat. I feel like it's not a very common color still.
Not your light nougat, not your medium nougat, not your regular nougat.
Dark nougat.
And they went all out on this print. I mean, you can take a look at it. It's got a little owl on there, and just probably the best flute to date.
I was about to say,
printed-wise.
Printing on a bar like that is this detailed. I can't think of anything else really like that.
I was trying to think of any other bars that have had printing on them. I mean, early CMF, there was like a magic wand that had white dipped on the end. Yeah, there was a 3-length one that was a flute that I think was the Snake Charmer, also a CMF. I can't think of any other bars with printing on them.
Let us know what bars with printing there are down in the comments.
Go on Bricklink and type in bar pattern or something.
Bar PB.
Yeah, definitely not the easiest thing to print on, I'm sure.
Yeah. And to get it lined up like that, for sure. Yeah, that color that you mentioned is interesting, too. Dark nougat. I'm wondering if that was like a Fabuland color. I feel like maybe some of the pigs, the pig characters, their heads might have been that.
Looks similar.
Those kind of weird nougaty colors. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting color. It goes, I mean, about $3 used, $5 new, so not very much variation there. I mean, there's not much you can do with this besides it just being a flute, but I'm sure, you know, it could be cool pattern on something, if you put it on a mech, or I don't know, you name it. So or even kind of that steampunk kind of stuff. That could look cool.
A very cool piece. Yeah. Is this an expensive one too?
Only $3 to $5 still.
Oh, wow,
so
that's not
for a bar,
bad, but still
with crazy printing on it.
For a bar, it's pretty expensive.
Put that in a lightsaber hilt.
There you go.
Oops.
Put that in your
Might not
lightsaber
last
hilt and
long.
smoke it. Excellent pick. I have had this in my drawer for a while because I could have sworn that we had done it before. But at one point, I went back and I rewatched all our rare parts videos and like made a spreadsheet to try and prevent us from doing things multiple times by accident, and I could not find a record of us doing this. So unless there's some like lost media found footage episode of Between the Studs that got missed or something, it would have been a long time ago. I've had it in my desk forever.
I wonder if it was on the ones where you throw them away videos.
I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like it was a very, very old one. If we did,
I feel like
when I really started very early. I don't know. There's like a number of parts that I could have sworn that we did, but never found a video for. So maybe we recorded one and somehow it never got published or something.
Possibly.
Yeah. Or it got deleted. I don't know. There may be a lost episode of Between the Studs out there somewhere. So if you're a found footage media person, you can try and go hunt for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, Garrett, second round. What do you got for us?
All right, second round. Let's go ahead and... This is not going to be a 2-for-1 because they are the same mold. So this is going to be the Bionicle Pterodax Pod half. and the Bionicle Pterodox pod half with marbled blue pattern.
Okay.
That's it.
So the first one, this is the original. This came in trans neon orange in 2008 to 2009. It is a very
Well, they made it for Star Wars, right?
Yes, they made this for Star Wars. Star Wars fans might recognize this.
Yeah.
What is that?
It was used in Bionicle sets as kind of like a heart in like the enemies, or like it was essentially like a bomb, like a droppable
Yeah.
That
thing.
had little creatures in it, right?
Exactly. So it splits into two halves. Each half that's the actual mold. It's just two of them sandwiched together. But you would have these little like rubber creatures that you would nestle in there, and then when you would drop this,
That works so well.
they would pop open and they would go everywhere.
Oh yeah.
They're really cool. I love color. Trans neon orange is awesome.
Oh yeah. Super vibrant.
It has a Technic axle on both sides, so you can put this through, hang it on something. Star Wars fans know it's used in, was it Home One?
It's the home one, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the I guess it was the model of would it be the planet?
I think
Endor
so.
then? Or the Death
It's like
Star?
it's essentially a hologram.
It's whatever the hologram
Yeah.
was in the table, yeah.
So then this piece was gone after Bionicle's canceled, and then in 2010 they brought it back for Von Nebula, who is a Hero Factory character that you may know is voiced by Mark Hamill.
Really?
So there's
I didn't
our
know
other
that.
Star Wars reference.
I didn't know
connected.
that. That's cool.
Yep. So this was used not as a splittable, grenade essentially.
Right.
This was just used as a greebling detail on his staff.
But super cool.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
love
cool,
marble
yeah.
pieces like that.
And so that's all that was ever used for. But it is a really cool part. I love all these are different because of the marbling.
Yeah, totally.
That's really cool.
Again, this is another part I would love to see mock builders get a hold of in quantity and see what they could do with it.
Yeah.
It is really cool.
Even just using one half of it, and
Well,
not,
exactly.
it's such an interesting. It's got that kind of like
Yeah.
Pringle
Yeah.
shape to it, which is
Yeah.
fascinating.
The trans neon orange, the original version, that is part number 60934. A brand new one of those, the half of it will run you around $4 to $5,
Okay.
and a used one will run you about $1 to $2.
This is interesting too, because I'm looking at this one you have, and the two halves of it. One
Are-
half looks like the older trans
Yep.
neon orange, and one half looks like the newer trans neon orange.
Super
One's
weird,
a little bit more vibrant than the other.
right?
Yeah.
And it's again just like the trans like variation with the colors.
Right. Yeah.
The blue and black one, that is part number 6034 PB01.
Because of the
marbling.
yeah.
Let's see. New one running about $2 and a used one about $1. So
Okay.
this one's not as valuable as this one now, and I think that comes down to just the color.
Yeah,
at this
the
point.
coolness factor.
Yeah, it's no longer
And
produced.
that's a lost color now.
Right. A shame. All right, let's see. What do I want to do next? I'll keep rolling with seemingly innocuous parts in rare colors. This is part number 2444. This is the 2x2 plate modified with pinhole and tan of all colors. Again, seems like a very common part. Seems like something that you might use in a mock and not think anything of it until you attempt to buy one. In this color, it only appeared in 2003. Or starting in 2003 in two different sets. The Space Shuttle Discovery. This was one of the early. I forget. I think it was like I don't think it was a National Geographic.
It was Discovery Kids.
yeah.
It was
so,
Discovery
yeah.
Kids. Yes, the Space
'Cause it
Shuttle
was that and the
Discovery.
Lunar Lander and all those
Yeah, and
other
I think there was
ones.
a Mars rover or something too. Yeah. And the ARC 170 was the other one, the original ARC 170 from 2003. So, both kind of rare, unusual sets. I think one of them had two of them, and the other set had about four of them. So, not super rare within those sets, but definitely hard to find if you needed this part in this color for whatever
maybe
reason.
challenging.
As a result, they end up being about $1 or $2, which isn't insanely expensive, but for a part that seems as common as this, I mean, that's a lot if you needed to buy one. It would be more than you would be expecting it to cost for something like that.
Whenever it's a part in a standard looking color that's non-printed, it's always like, what's
It
going on with
seems
that?
like it shouldn't be rare. They could have used this
That's
in
one of the-
probably 10 or 15
Yeah.
different sets. They just
And nowadays
didn't.
they would have
Yeah, they just
to
did.
justify making all these parts.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's my pick. Not a super interesting story to that one, but nonetheless, one that would surprise you if you needed
It's
it for
always
something.
fascinating for sure.
Yeah.
Because most people don't know that. I mean, I didn't know that before
Yeah.
you mentioned that.
Honestly, sometimes people just bring these to me and they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize this was only in one or two set." And I'm like, "All right, I'll chuck it in the bin for rare parts."
Yeah, right.
So, All right, what do you got next for us, Alex?
Well, I have a base plate for us. This is one of the things I see most often come to my desk downstairs and I process. But this is one that I had never seen before. It's a 4x20 base plate.
Okay.
And it only came out, it's more recent than I thought it would be. It was 2015, 2016.
Okay.
It came in a gear set, which was like a buildable ruler. And when I checked on Bricklink, there's only 6 of these in the world available for sale currently.
That's
and they go for about, I don't know, $7 to $10.
Oh my gosh.
Just such an obscure
So
part,
weird.
really. But I can see this, being a ruler and everything. The part number is BB0726. So if you've always wanted one of these, you can go check it out.
You didn't know you needed one until now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that's me. Because what is that thing? Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
This is interesting because we've had it come up on these videos once before. I remember several episodes ago I did an honorable mention for this white base plate that was kind of shaped like a house. It has this weird staggered edge on it. And I asked in the comments if anybody had any ideas, and we got nothing there. It's not on Bricklink anywhere. We cannot find it. And it's not been cut by somebody. I mean, it clearly looks like a factory edge. So I assumed that this was something like that. I'm glad you're actually able to find this. Because we've had that, and then there was another base plate. It was a base plate with rounded corners, and I think it was only 2x8. It was a 2x8 base plate in it was either light bluish gray or old light gray. I forget which one. Same thing. You can't find it on Bricklink. So I don't know if it's like this, part of some gear or something that hasn't been cataloged.
Yeah, it's possible
On Bricklink or what. But there are some weird sizes of base plates out there. Because Lego could cut them into any size that they wanted, but they finish the edges and stuff. So I don't know. I'm glad you're able to find this one though. That's very cool.
Yeah, really interesting. I mean, I already use base plates for rulers in terms of like stud length and
Yeah,
things
there
like
you
that.
go.
But it's funny that they actually made a ruler.
Well, there you go.
Nice. Nice. Very cool. All right, Garrett, what do you got for us next?
All right. Let's move away from Bionicle for a second.
Whoa.
No.
I hate to do
Are you
it.
okay?
To go to Hero Factory?
No.
To go to...
We're going to talk about something, again, on the same page. Maybe wouldn't expect it to be such a weird part or such a rare part.
Okay.
Tell me which part in this big assembly that I am holding is exclusive to only one set. Does anybody know?
I have a feeling
Every sticker part.
we're being led on here.
It is a bit hard to see, but there is a 1x10 brick in orange right here across the front.
That's it?
That's it.
Just a 1x10 brick?
A 1x10 brick
in
in
orange.
orange. This is from the mobile defense tank from Exo Force. It's a really cool set, one of my favorites, but that is the only set to ever contain a 1x10 brick in orange.
That's so strange.
Crazy.
So I don't think I have that set number. It's mobile defense tank from Exo Force. Part number, 6111. It's a 1x10 brick in orange, exclusive to one set.
That color's been out for a long time, so.
And that's what you would think.
There are some parts that are randomly rarer in orange. Orange can be a harder to come by color than you think it is sometimes.
It isn't as common.
Until
wish
you try
this
and
wasn't
build something big in orange.
I wish this wasn't assembled so I could show you this piece, but
I mean, it's a 1x10 brick. They know what a 1x10 brick looks like.
This is that era where Lego was just stickering over everything.
Well, that too. Yeah.
Exo Force loves stickers.
But and making parts that are just in one-off sets.
If you would like to obtain one of these bricks non-stickered, that's going to run you around $8 to $10.
Oh,
so you're going to be paying essentially $1 per stud on that brick.
That's insane.
It's something that when I learned about it, that's always the part that stuck out in my mind when I tell people about a weird part.
Yeah.
Because why is that set exclusive?
It is a rather large
pretty
brick.
crazy.
Some other examples that you can probably fill us in more, Alex. There's some large bricks in green that are rather expensive. I think we have some 2x8s and 2x10s.
Yeah, those are
in green
find,
can be several dollars a piece.
Yeah,
which is wild.
So it happens, especially in those colors that aren't produced as much. It seems like as like the more common ones.
Sure.
There's a lot, but it's just not as many as like the black and the blue.
Yeah, of course. Well, and you think about in actual Lego sets, they don't often use large bricks as often as they used to. They're not using 2x8s and 2x10s very often, or 1x10s, because a lot of times they can make it out of just smaller, more common bricks. So That's fascinating. That's a great example, and one that's more expensive.
It's a weird one, and yeah, I mean, that's something that I would have expected to like should back up in like the Tiger set or something.
Sure, and it very well could. Next year, this could just show up again.
Yeah,
it happens.
You know, so who knows? Who knows? All right, let's see next. All right, let's do a more fun one. Let's do more fun. This is part 45408. This is the gas tank 2x4 with 2 pins in chrome silver. Ooh, shiny. This appeared in 2003 in 2 different 4 Juniors town sets. So basically, that time period's equivalent of 4 plus or Juniors or what have you. They were basically the Jack Stone kind of style of vehicles, but they were just called Town 4 Junior. This is a cool part. I mean, I love anything in chrome silver, but this almost looks fake. I would expect to see this on a parts that are thrown away video.
I feel the same.
So we've always got to keep an eye out for it. We do find lots of chromed pieces that are fake as well. There are lots of other companies out there that still produce chrome silver pieces. Lego has just stopped doing it.
Does it have Lego printed anywhere?
They're
in it,
dumb. On the inside we got all kinds of info in there. Yeah, copyright 2002, the Lego Group.
Nice.
45408. Yeah, you got all your info in there.
I don't always get that lucky with those older ones.
Yep.
Not that much in there.
But this just has 2 pins on the back of it. You can plug it right in the side of a Technic brick, and it looks like one of the big fuel canisters on like big trucks, really nice. Semi trucks and stuff on the highway. But I might have to snag this one. This is I need 2 of these for a new Hashima truck for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
A lot of mock potential then.
Because it's a very realistic piece. They put it in a set for kids, but because they made a big molded piece for it, they made it look realistic. So that's the kind of stuff I like.
Oh, and it reflects light and stuff so that would
absolutely.
be perfect.
Yeah, it's a nice attention grabber too. Nice attention grabber. Really cool. If you want to buy one of these, we're running about $2 to $5. Again, not insane bad. For a highly specialized part, but not cheap either.
Yeah,
not cheap. All right, Alex, you are up again. What do you got for us?
So I have one. This is probably a more common piece. It's just something that we don't see nowadays. Something like it used to do. It's the sports hockey puck, the large one. This is part number 44848, but it came out in 2003, the sports hockey series. But this is when we had like the soccer ones and also like the basketball ones. Very cheap piece. I mean, we're talking 5 cents used to about 30 cents new. So really cheap, but it was just very playable. And with all those sets back then of the sports theme, and it's just something we haven't seen in decades now. So just a really cool piece of Lego history. And I don't know, do you see any mock potential with this? Any ideas?
Absolutely not.
Even has the Lego logo on there. So.
I do, because that is the same size as the Bionicle Coley ball. So that fits in the hilt of the Coley stick, meaning you can give it a connection point.
That's really cool.
I wonder if you could it's a little bigger. I don't know. I wonder if you could the jam that in those new Ninjago, the sphere holders. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. With the 3.
Yeah. Or I was thinking maybe the Chima chest torsos that have the Zamor sphere place.
Yeah.
That's a little bit bigger than the diameter of those.
You can do some experimentation and find out. Somebody out there will try it too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Let us know. All right, Garrett, what do you got for us?
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about, I think, one of the coolest pieces on the table, in my opinion. It's a very strange one, but also everybody has one of these. Everybody knows what this is.
It's just a spear.
It's a plain flat silver spear.
Okay.
Everybody knows what this part is. Everybody has one. Minifigs, they look cool with them.
Daniel
Fildran
that's not rare.
No one was on
Oh, well, that's our issue.
It's a safety spear.
Yeah, so this is from Hero Factory. It came in the silver, and it also came in blue.
Okay.
The silver is exclusive to one set.
Okay.
But yeah.
What sets did they come in?
The silver one, I think, is Stormer. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the comments, I want to say it's Stormer. Bulk might have one. I don't know Hero Factory that well.
That's pretty cool.
But this part is crazy. I didn't know this existed until today. And I'm the Bionicle. I probably have seen, I don't know how many of these downstairs.
Of those rubbery ones?
And I've never even thought to look at them or... No, I'll just scoop up a handful and I'm like, oh, spear.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Now you
It looks
know.
so deceiving on this one. It looks like a normal spear.
Very, very strange. But so yeah, they come in silver and blue. They're not super rare. As far as expensive wise, they're only about 50 cents.
That's surprising.
So
It's just the fact of here. I'll give you the actual part number is 32373. It is minifigure weapon pike / spear, handle with round end flexible rubber.
and so it's actually a different
Just
mold
rubber.
number than the standard
It
spear.
is.
So they made a separate mold for
Mhm.
this. They didn't just inject the different plastic type.
And I'm assuming that has to
into
do with
the
like the
other mold.
cooling or the expansion
yeah.
of the rubber.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just a cursed sight to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Doesn't seem right.
So
Yeah.
there's an option for
Now
you guys.
my mind is running wild with mock potential.
The first
so...
thing I thought of is like having this like embedded somewhere, maybe under a plate or something. That way you could have a minifig like hanging on it, and you can make him like go across a pit or something. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Have some
was,
kind of
I was
playability
thinking,
with it.
I don't know, maybe you just have like a scene where there's like some guards or something like attacking this monster, and it's like a big strong monster, and he's just bending their spear.
that would be
Yeah.
cool.
He's got it clamped in his hands. And he's like, "Yeah, take that."
Mhm.
That'd
Me
be
and you were
incredible.
talking about it earlier on why they would even make these, and the Hero Factory sets they're on, they are pretty far out on the arm, like they're on like the fist,
Right? Yeah.
and they're pretty protruded, like they're only held on by like the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe it's so kids don't just jam their eyeballs out because they're
Probably,
so
yeah.
pointy.
Safety.
And because Hero Factory was like action figures specifically,
Yeah.
so of course kids are smashing them together and smashing their friends in the face with them. Probably.
It could happen.
I guess they said that was a little too much of a
I mean, this would
protrusion.
still hurt,
If
man.
it
This
went,
would
yeah, if
still
it went
get
into
into
your
you.
eye, yeah, but it's not gonna punch a hole in your skin.
That is true.
least,
But yeah,
hopefully.
soft minifig spear. If anybody needs one of those,
That's cool. The silver is obviously the better color than
of course, the
blue, because I don't know if blue came in the standard ABS plastic
You could like do like
spear.
that whole like little magic trick where you do this, and then you could be like, oh,
like with the pencil.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see, what can I do that with?
Whoa.
I don't know if that's gonna read on the camera with the refresh rate, but there you go. That's an excellent pick. That's
it's a cool one.
That's such a neat thing.
I'm glad this part does exist just for
Yeah.
the pure just weirdness of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people didn't know about that one. All right, let's see. Next up. All right, I'll do this one. This is part number 33008. This is the Scala and Belleville.
Wow.
Scala
Double
and
feature.
Belleville flower pot.
Wow.
Another one that I thought we had done before for sure, but I couldn't find it. It appears in violet, but
Ooh,
this is
nice
actually
color.
one of the more common colors for this rare part. This appeared in 1997 in all Scala or Belleville sets except for one. Does anybody know what set? Not in this color, but does anybody know what set this mold appeared in that was not Scala or Belleville?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not a Belleville
City.
fan, so I don't
Nope.
know.
No. It appeared in Old Dark Gray. I'll give you that hint.
Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are the engines on the original UCS X-Wing.
That's crazy.
Right.
And the dark
Wow.
gray ones
Wow.
run. Oh, it's like $20 or $30
That's
a piece, I
insane.
think,
Wow.
for these. The
That's
violet
expensive.
one would only cost you about $3 to $6. But okay, listen to this. Listen to this color lineup for this
What we
part.
got?
So you have old dark gray,
Sure.
light green,
Okay.
light
Wow.
turquoise,
Okay.
medium blue, still the current color.
Sure.
Still
Medium lime,
Wow.
salmon, and violet.
Well,
all
what a great
all
colors, yeah.
bonkers colors,
Yeah.
all like Scala and Belleville
Yeah.
exclusive colors.
Gold for mock buildings.
I
right?
know, I know. They're all delicious colors. There's also a arguably even more rare like vase lid that fits onto the top of this that kind
Oh,
of comes
dude.
in, and then there's like this tapered thin part in the middle.
Wow.
It was also sometimes used as like a cake stand in some like Belleville and Scala sets, I think. But I believe it also fits onto this flower pot and makes kind of a vase shape, which is very cool.
That is cool.
Very very unique part. Mock builders pretty much always snag these when they see them.
Sure.
I always love to see this part mixed in with mocks. But very cool, very cool. All right, Alex, back to
Great
you.
choice.
What you got for us
That's
next?
really cool. So next, I had to do a Bionicle one too. I can't let Garrett do them all. So
Now this one, technically,
some,
we have done
you know,
before.
You probably know what this one is. But this is the Bionicle head connector from the toothbrush. I know we've done one before. I don't think we've done this one. Looking at colors, it kind of varies. I think this is from the Tahoe toothbrush 2003. But the most common one for sale was trans pink. So a very interesting color.
The most common, you said?
Yeah, there was some other.
Tahoe's the most popular.
Trans dark pink, and
they're the most out there. Sure.
I mean, it's just different color too. So it might not. It's very unique.
Well, that's
color
the
here.
kid's saliva in there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna put this.
Yeah.
But it's really funny. When I was looking at the parts that this was under, the category on Bricklink is called human toiletries.
Nice.
So,
I love that head connector. It's so cool. There are 2 connection points on it. You have
I'll hand it off to you.
You have the axle point in the mouth there. That also functions as a stud. You can, put a stud in there. But
That's
also, this back right here, it is not listed as a connection, nor would anybody know.
It connects to the toothbrush. Which is an official Lego piece.
This will connect to 1x1 cylinders.
There you go.
Or amazing. If you have like
if
you have like an axle with like a flex hose over it, this will snap onto that.
The ribbed hose specifically.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. I've made a little guy with a long neck with this as the head.
Yeah, those are hilarious.
It's an interesting thing. All the toothbrush stuff is weird.
Yeah, I don't like touching those parts because I don't know where they've been.
Did you want to hold it down?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Sure?
Anything else you want to say about that part? Yeah, we're not doing parts that look like candy. We can't. It's a liability. It's a liability.
But I gotta find a way to make money on it.
I'm pretty sure I had one of these.
I want to really bad.
I kept that toothbrush as long as I could.
Maybe we could make a video and make it age restricted. Atlanta Brickco TV's first age restricted video. We'll see. All right, Garrett, what do you got for us next?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and talk about another Exo Force piece because Exo Force is another one of my favorite things.
Do it.
This is part number, 53983 PB02. This is engine, very large turbine with marbled blue center pattern.
And that it
is. It's a beautiful part.
That it is.
It's a very large turbine.
This is a really cool part. You may recognize this from Exo Force being in black and silver. It is used, I think, on the Defender?
It's also on the Sendai Fortress in the workshop in the back.
Alex saved me.
There you go. I wasn't going to save you. That's
the black and silver one was used in, I think, 3 or 4 sets. It's pretty common.
This one that's like a big jet or something.
Yeah, and there's like a drone kind of type thing. Really cool. But the blue and silver version is exclusive to the Aero Booster. If you even know what that Exo Force set is, it was an exclusive. It is essentially just a standard Exo Force mech. Really cool one. I think it's Hayato's.
Okay.
But it has this jetpack backpack assembly on it that is literally about this big.
Oh, wow.
It is massive. And it has like a handle underneath it so you can pick that up and go...
Fly them around in a jetpack.
But these are the turbines on the back of like the 3 huge engines.
That's insane.
It's so cool. If you guys
there's 3 of them in the set?
There's 3 of them in the set.
Okay.
If you guys don't know what the Aero Booster is, look it up. Try to get one. You won't regret it.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, this piece is so detailed because it is so large. It's great on, as an engine turbine.
Yeah.
But also just the colors. So anytime Lego does a marbled color, it's awesome. Really like it.
So many unique.
There's not really a lot of larger turbine pieces that actually have the angled blades. I mean, I'm thinking there's like the kind of small Technic one that's got the angled blades, but other than that, I mean, you're kind of limited to like, airplane propellers and helicopter blades, but not something with that kind of radial density.
Like if you got like 2 of these and attached them to like actual motors and like put them in the water, they might actually do something.
They very well might. Yeah. You've got 5 pinholes on the back here.
Yes.
And the center one is a pinhole rather than an axle, so I don't know that you could drive it unless I wonder if the like 2x2 round. It's one. It's like a Technic piece that they use for like clutches where it like engages and disengages. I wonder if one of those would actually go in here and maybe interlock with those, so you could like drive it off of a motor. I don't know. But yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Really
excellent
cool.
part choice. Always love to see marbled parts.
It's not as expensive as I thought it would be. A brand new one of these will only run you about $1.
Oh wow, fantastic!
Yeah,
for a part that size, that's not unusual because it's just so huge and specialized.
Exclusive to one set. Really interesting color.
That's surprising.
each one of these is going to look
Are the
different.
black and silver ones more expensive?
Nope, they're less expensive.
Less expensive. Okay.
It is. I think this is one of those parts that people look at as just like a big, bulky Bionicle part, and so it's not sought after.
Yeah. People probably think it's like a canister lid or something,
Yeah.
Part of the packaging rather than part of the set.
But yeah, I mean,
Like
it's
it should be.
we've got a couple of these downstairs. I would love to make an aero booster out of it, but
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of exclusive parts in that set.
Mhm.
All right, let's see. For my penultimate selection here, I've got 3 of this piece. This is part 2877, brick modified 1x2 with grill/fluted. Very common piece.
very common.
In pearl light gray. Not every day you see bricks in pearl
I
colors.
don't know if I've seen that brick.
Pearl light gray. Do you know what this is from, Alex?
I actually don't.
You don't know what this is from?
Set is it from?
Well, so what
This is
I
from Mixel, right?
yeah, for sure.
Shilbo.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice,
Chilbo
nice.
the Mixel. You got it. No, it's not even a thing. You're making things up.
That's a real set. I own him.
The thing
If you even care.
So it's not.
is there. It is actually.
Oh, he's on my shelf.
Oh, I thought
if
you
you
made
even
that
care.
up. I thought you made that up. This is entrapment. The thing that I most associate with is the Santa Fe Super Chief. The cars have
I should know this. Corey's told me this, and he's gonna get me for this.
because those cars in real life are sort of a silvery, really like almost more of a metallic or chrome color. But they built the cars mostly out of light gray because it was what was available at the time. They gave it a little pop of that metallic color with this pearl light gray striping down the sides. However, I did not know that it also came in several other sets. The Wookiee Attack from Star Wars. That's the one with like the sand blue tank thing with the transparent
cool
orange
set.
dishes
Very
on the
cool
side,
things.
as well as the Clone Turbo Tank, the one with the light up Mace Windu. Apparently had a number
that's
of
weird.
a number of these in it, and then like a random creator bulk box had a number of these in it. However, that has not stopped them from being $2 to $3 a piece. Again,
Santa
not
Fe's fault.
outrageously
Yeah, I was gonna say.
expensive, but for as small as these are, and given that basically every one of these sets that they appear in, you need like 10 or more of them, that's going to add up very quickly.
Oh,
Jeez.
So if
Can
you're
you
trying to part one of
imagine-
those together, it's going to get very expensive very fast.
Can you imagine if they made the entire Santa Fe out of that?
That would have been bananas for the
wow.
time.
Yeah.
Even nowadays, probably also bananas.
Yeah.
I feel like the only time they ever would have done that was maybe like early 2010s or something.
Yeah.
They might have tried to do it. Although I don't know. Nowadays we're getting a lot more pearl colors again, like
Tons of
pearl,
them.
pearl
Yeah, that's
gold.
true.
A lot of the
on
Monkey
the
Kid
big
sets have a
C-3PO,
ton of
Renaissance.
pearl gold.
but like lots of bricks and plates,
Yeah.
not just like specialty parts. So yeah, fantastic. So who knows? Who knows? I think as they're making different innovations to the plastic types and the molds, they're easing the quality control on making those kind of parts in those
Because we're also
colors.
getting way more like trans like bricks and plates.
Exactly.
That's true, yeah.
Since
What was
they
that?
switched over to the it used to be polycarbonate
Yeah.
and now it's MABS, MABS.
I was
They're
building a
doing more.
Minecraft set the other day and it had 3 2x4 dark blue, trans dark blue.
was that the
plates.
armadillo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine?
And I was like,
yeah.
whoa, that's
I'm
cool.
about to get a bunch of those on lug bulk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, a little expensive per piece, but again, it adds up if you need a bunch of them for sure.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
Are
All
we
right,
doing
Alex.
any more after this one, or is this the last?
I have one more. What do you got left?
I have one more.
One more.
perfect.
Okay.
Great. I'll save the best for last. Then.
There you go.
This is still a cool piece, though. This is part number 30567. This is a minifigure stand. It's tile modified, is what they categorize it as. 6x6 by 2/3, 4 studs, and a city logo in blue. This came out in 2002 sets called the Mini Heroes Collection. Same name for both. They had like one with an ambulance driver, one with a policeman and fireman, and the second had construction workers. So this is one, Daniel and I were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Of all the minifigure stands from those, because they had Rock Raiders and Star Wars and Ninja, this is the one we see least often. And any ideas on why that might be?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it's not. I don't think it's the rarest out of desirability. I think it's the rarest
true,
because
though,
it was undesirable. I don't think people bought them at the time, and
Yeah.
so we see it the least often.
That's really fascinating.
The Star Wars ones, the Ninja ones, and the Rock Raiders ones are the ones that probably I would say have the most value because we need them to make those and certify those sets. The one you really see the most often is the sports ones, which wasn't a minifigure
right, yeah.
packs. They
That is
came
the
a
most
lot of
common.
times with the the basketball figures, I think, and it came in a bunch of different colors. I think there was like a tan, a purple, a gray.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it might have
else.
been like that violet color.
You're right. Sorry, I think it was like violet.
It's really nice. Yeah.
Violet, dark gray, tan, maybe some
Salmon.
red.
I think
No
Wumbo.
salmon.
There was a red
no
one.
wumbo.
A red one, I'm pretty
Red,
sure.
yeah. So a number of rare colors. Yeah, but we don't see these that often.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, it was that small time frame, and then we're done with those.
Yeah, I mean, I like collecting weird stuff. At this point, I've collected all the Star Wars minifigs with the stands. I got all the Ninja ones.
Nice.
I think I have almost all the Rock Raiders ones. I'm missing a few of the cards, but I don't have any of the city ones because you just don't ever see them. I just don't ever see them. I'm
This
sure you
is
could
the
go on
first time I've
eBay.
ever seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could go on eBay and probably buy the sealed ones, and
Sure.
they're probably less expensive than the other ones because they're not desirable. But in terms of the natural flow of pieces that's coming through our store, we just don't see them.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, this is only 20 cents to $2. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Relatively
pretty affordable.
worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah, all things considered. But a great pick. Excellent choice. All right, final round. I hope
finale.
everybody saved the best for
All
last.
right.
Garrett, what is your final choice for today for our Rare Parts video?
My final pick, and probably my favorite part just because of a cool factor, and it's something that LEGO tried to do, and I feel like LEGO has tried to do it multiple times before, and it just kind of just never panned out for them. This is part number 56443C01. This is going to be Bionicle Weapon Adnika Light Up Laser Drill.
That's a crazy title for a
amazing.
piece.
Yes. This is a dark bluish gray weapon. It has a pinhole and 2 axles on the end for different connection points and to do all sorts of different stuff with it.
Okay.
It has a bar slot right here, so you can
nice
put
feature.
any color bar there if you want, which I think is the coolest part of like a lot of the weapons. This is the only one that you can kind of attach a system piece to.
Yeah.
But each one of these blades, there are 6 of them in total for the different TOA. Do that.
There were 6 different ones?
6 different molds.
That's
Oh
really
my gosh.
cool.
I thought there were only like 2 or 3.
No. There are 6 different molds of these. This is TOA Nuparu's.
Okay. One of them was Toa Jowler. Is
TOA
that right?
Jowler. Yep.
Because we made the miniature version of him for our
Yes.
Bionicle custom kit, and we used the Chima sword in gold with the trans neon green bar
Yes.
down in there, which was perfect for that. I didn't know there were 6 different ones
Yes,
of these.
there are.
Oh my gosh.
They're all different. They're all different weapons. So
Okay.
Nuparu's is a drill.
Okay.
Holly's is a harpoon. I'm pretty sure. What is it? Matoro's is a crossbow. I think.
Okay.
But it looks like a blade. But anyway, they're cool little like pieces. I mean, this is something Lego I don't think would do nowadays.
Oh yeah,
it
they don't
very
like
much
doing electronic
looks
stuff much
like
anymore.
it was probably produced by a third party
Yeah.
for Lego.
Could be.
Just that right there just doesn't look like something Lego would put
The
on
no
there.
trash
true, yeah.
symbol.
Yeah.
I assume that's because of the batteries, I guess.
Yeah. This is one of the few Lego electronic pieces that can be, or I should say electronic Bionicle things that
Okay.
can be replaced.
Yeah.
A lot of the Bionicle, like, there's some of the eyes that light up and stuff that once those are they're dead, you got to crack the
Yeah.
part open.
Isn't the Exo Force light brick also one you can't replace?
Can't remove that.
I've heard of someone they were able to replace it without breaking it.
It's hard.
The
it's
Exo
possible, but
Force
it's very
one?
difficult.
Yeah.
the Exo
Interesting.
Force one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's like the trans clear. What is it? It's like 2x4 by 2/3 or something.
Yeah.
One.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the other one you're talking about
clips.
was the trans neon orange one that went like inside the head.
Yes.
That one's not changeable.
No.
One of the other infamous ones, the dinosaur heads from, was it Dino Attack?
Yep,
You
can't do anything with
can't change the
those.
batteries in those.
So, yeah, I mean, Lego doesn't do, they do light bricks now. They've done those for a while.
Yeah.
This isn't something I would ever see coming back. Especially with this, like, weird, like, pulsing effect.
I wouldn't be surprised if they stopped doing light bricks very soon because of all the warning labels they're having to put on the
True.
boxes
Yeah, all
for
the
it.
batteries.
Completely agree. But yeah, man, I love this part. It's super cool. It's the only one of them that's in a flat color. All the other ones are pearl silver or pearl gold.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty cool.
So his is a dark bluish gray. A used one, if it doesn't work, will run you maybe 50 cents to $2, depending on the condition of it. A good condition one will run you anywhere from about $5 to $10.
Wow, big
Nice.
difference there.
And I'm gonna keep pressing this, and it's gonna die at some point. But man, it's
still
awesome.
looks pretty bright
Yeah.
right now.
So cool.
It looks really cool. It's just unlike a lot of Lego parts.
That's
So
fascinating.
every now and then we find them and we'll replace the batteries. They're
great.
really cool.
You know what
That's
I would use this
incredible.
for?
This is
I
what
was
I've been
gonna
waiting
make
to
a
hear.
mine.
Yeah.
You want to know? This
Yep.
is gonna blow your mind because it's a light thing specifically, combined with the fact that you point out that this one, you said this was the only one that you could put like a bar into. I would swap this bar out for trans neon green and do like a modern Rock Raiders thing.
Yeah.
Because in Rock Raiders pieces, it was a big like laser drill thing, and it was a pretty lame piece. You just pushed the button and the light came out. But then it also had like the trans neon green like secondary kind of laser thing. So you mount this on top of like a drilling vehicle and make a modern.
There is
Rock Raiders thing.
one of those. It's not the drill; it's the harpoon. But that one is pearl dark gray, and it has a green light in it.
Gotcha. That'd be even better.
But you can't put the bar on top. So
toss-ups, decisions.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I think in the Rock Raiders one, the light was either red or it was.
Was it?
It might have been amber. It might have been an amber LED. I don't know. But it was an antenna piece that went on the second one that was just trans neon green. I think there was supposed to be a play feature where you could like swap out the transparent cone on the end to change the color or something. But
change the power of the laser.
It never really worked that well. It's kind of a lame piece when you compare it to something like the Insectoids one that was the light and the sound, and it's got all the flashing patterns. That one was literally just an on-off button.
Yeah, every time I see these, I always just think like of mounting these like on a sign somewhere or like in a city or something, or having it be like a neon detail.
Yeah, if you could like wire it to be going all the time,
and I feel like you
think
have to be able to.
I'm sure somebody could figure that out.
I mean, it's just
little low
a button
voltage
board in there. You could probably bypass that. It's running off three watch batteries.
Little, tiny batteries.
So.
Yeah. All right, I think I'm ready for my final pick for today. Another seemingly common part in a seemingly common color, but
I've probably got like 4 of those in my collection.
You would think, and in fact, I did think this when I was building my upscaled blue coat pirate minifigure, and I wanted to make his hat, which is a big black cylinder. I was like, I'll get 4 of these. No, sir. This is the part number 30562 cylinder quarter 4x4x6. This is the big quarter cylinder part, very common. In black, very common color. Yeah. However, this only appears in 2 sets. One of them was the Ogle Control Center from Alpha Team, but it only had one of these in it.
Was that the underwater one, or was it?
Not the underwater one. The first wave one that was on the raised base plate with like the big rocket ship and the black and red. One. Yeah, original Ogle Command Center. And the other one was the UCS Darth Maul bust, which is multiple thousands of dollars, and it required 4 of these. So everyone and their mother who decided that they wanted to try and part out the Darth Maul bust because it looks like it's all common parts, scooped all of these up on Bricklink, and the price has shot up to $40 to $70 a piece for these.
Oh my god.
$40 to $70. So this one's pretty scratched up, but you better believe we're going to list it on our website after this because it may very well still be worth at least $40, even in this condition. Absolutely insane. So sorry, Ogle fans, sorry, Alpha Team fans, because the price of that set, I would have to imagine, has been artificially increased by the rarity of this.
How many come in that one?
Of this piece? One in the Ogle Command Center.
It won't affect it too
Not
much.
Too much.
Still
but I mean, buying 4 copies of the Ogle Command Center or Control Center may still be cheaper than buying 1 copy of the UCS Darth Maul bus. So people may still be justifying it and driving that price up. I don't know. But yeah, bananas. This is a seemingly common part. The closest thing Lego has done to replace this is there is a new version of this piece, which is the 4x4 quarter cylinder, but it's only 3 bricks tall. And that did appear in the, I believe it was the Family Tree set that came out not too long ago. Cool. So that is what I ended up using in the scaled up pirate. I just had to buy twice as many of them, but they were obviously a fraction of the cost of this insane piece. So there you go. There's a little bit of information about that. I don't know. What was your most expensive thing? You had something that was pretty expensive, didn't you?
I mean, most expensive thing was around $10.
Orange brick.
Everything was around $10
$10 to $12. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't come close. Mine.
All right. Well, 20. Alex, let's see what your final pick is and see.
Wow, yeah, that's
see what
really
you
cool.
got. Yeah, we'll be sure to get this one.
How much that one is. For my finale today is this part here. I mean, from far away, it just looks like one of those normal, 70s to 90s kind of.
I love those old printed computer
2x2 slope. They're
so cool.
But this one, there's an additional piece, and you can see there's the wire connections here. So this is an electric part necessarily on its own, but you do have to have this piece here.
Yeah.
And I actually brought the old 9V motor as well, and that's a 4760C01 for that. It just takes a 9-volt, one of the bigger batteries.
Battery box.
Yep. But yeah, this number for this piece here, the really cool one, is 905C01, the control panel. Electric light slope 45 2x2 with a computer console pattern on it. This was made in 1989.
Wow.
And we're talking decades and decades.
Wow.
About $4 to $10 used, $20 new. And it only came in one set. This is why it's a more expensive part.
Mhm.
I mean, it's really cool too, so that helps.
Mm-hmm.
But the first Space Police line, the SP Striker,
Wow.
number 6781. So let's demonstrate this. 'Cause
Yes,
it's
yeah.
incredible. So you put that light brick in to connect it. You put it on here. It has two functions. I mean,
That's
lights up
insane.
just like that.
Somebody call Adam Savage.
That's
Does he
such
have
a
this
nice-
Not only
that's such
that,
a- I
I
know,
mean-
because he collects the computers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn it around on here.
I
and
think,
it
hang on,
flashes.
can I tell a tangent
Yeah,
story
yeah.
real quick? Like, since he brought up Adam Savage, when he did that video
to.
about how all the old Lego computer screen pieces,
Mhm.
I think I actually commented on it. I think
That's
I commented on that
awesome.
video. Wait till he learns about part number and wait till he learns about Lego part number
Yeah, this is right
905C01
Yeah.
that lights up or something. I'm sure he never saw it, but. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Adam Savage loves to go on tangents about random things from his childhood.
But yeah, so cool. I mean, you turn it the other way and it
That's
flashes
insane to me.
instead, and then you turn it the other way and it's a stable light there. But
Yeah.
I mean, this thing, the brick, you can put a ton of these on there.
Yeah,
So I mean, you can imagine what you can do
That's so
mock-wise
cool.
with this, making a whole light up control room or for a command center or something like that.
that would be amazing. That would
But
be
already,
amazing.
I mean, I can't believe they don't do this today. It's just like
Yeah.
1989.
And it's
we
such a
have
nice
this.
warm glow to it with those old
Yeah.
incandescent light bulbs. Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
very retro looking.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Gosh, having a whole bunch of these would be sick, like you said, like a whole.
That would look really
Oh,
cool.
man.
Especially in a
God,
space
if the
mod.
children yearn for the mines, the men yearn for the control rooms.
Exactly. The control
I love a
panels.
good control room filled with panels.
And
you see all
buttons and knobs.
those buttons and knobs, those rooms of like nuclear reactor
Mhm.
control rooms
So
where
cool.
there's just desks around the room covered in
There's
buttons.
just random tape reels on the wall
Yeah,
spinning. You
tape
don't know what
reels.
they do.
Oh man. Well, there you have it, folks. I think that about wraps us up for this rare parts video. Go find some buttons to push. Go find some knobs, some dials to turn. Find a control room near you. But thank you all for joining us for this episode of Between the Studs as we talked about more rare parts. Hopefully you saw some parts that you've never seen before, saw some parts that you didn't realize were so rare in a certain color. As I mentioned earlier, hopefully all of these parts should be online if you're looking to purchase any of them. You can go check them out on atlbrick.com. If you had any personal stories or anecdotes about these rare parts or things that you knew about them, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. We always love to hear from y'all. Even if you just love us doing this series, we love that feedback as well. So let us know that you love this series so that we know to keep doing it. We would appreciate it. Be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoy this type of content. Maybe share it with a friend if you have some other mock builders or something and you think they would like seeing some new rare parts. Just shoot this link over to them. Say, hey, I think you'd like this. Consider subscribing and joining our membership tiers as well here on Atlanta Brick Co. TV. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Between the Studs, and I hope you all take care. Bye-bye.
See you next time.